Okay. Oh, man. Oh, hey. Pitchfork tokens. Ooh, new hat. Alright. Boy. You know, I don't think I ever got Mackie on. Hey, look, he's cheap. I could buy him. Flash. They've crossed out the Flash till Wednesday. Yeah, Oh, let's see. Boy, it has been a while. Join a guild! Level faster. Oh. So, we have... Yeah, I believe the game closes forever tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I played this game for a long time. There's a lot to talk about. Boy, let's take a quick peek. We're updating the game, adding new things to it every single week. Oh, right. There are codes, too. Since at the end, they're probably going to give all kinds of cool shit away because, well, the game's ending. Quest event. Alright. So... Oh hell, I'm just gonna buy this guy. This is one of the premiums. The premiums would only come out and they'd be available for 1 month and then they'd go away forever. This one I already got. He was the most important one, at least back when I was playing. Let me see. First thing I should probably do... God, look at how many unused stat points I have lying around. Of course, it's got to... let me expand this a little there. Looks like I can do... No, wait. Hold on a sec. So... Boy, it is not loading any of the things here. That's okay. I would much rather be wearing something else. Let's see. We got our plant slaying set. We've got our ugly red snow monster set. All of these are probably obsolete with probably way stronger gear by now. My dragon slaying set. The Nightmare Queen set. Yes, you literally beat people to death with severed heads, because why not? Let me see. Oh, I did have an insect. Oh, right, this set. Yeah, it's been a while. I bet that there's a whole new Raven set. Not that I am part of a guild anymore, so I won't even be able to see if there's a new Raven set. I had... Good grief. I still have anniversary cakes from their anniversary event. I have some bundles that are unopened. Literally 1,700. I remember I had a crap ton of volatile potions, but holy crap, I have a lot of potions. So I could just basically run around infinitely. Good grief, how do I have this many unused stat points? Oh, because our stats had gotten that big. It has been a while. Alright, so there's a lot of weird things about this game. Like, I had actually made some tutorials for it at one point, because you will see things in this game, design things that you'll never see anyplace else. For all kinds of weird reasons. So how this game, for those of you who aren't familiar with Dawn of the Dragons, it started out as a Facebook game. I didn't play it during that era. I actually found it on Congregate. It had been going for years by the time I found it, and had been repurposed a couple of times. There used to be another game that Five Planet Games also ran called Legacy of 1,000 Suns. That was basically the same game except sci-fi. The best thing I could compare it to is it's kind of like Idling to Rule the Gods versus Idle Cooking Emperor, where it's like, it's different. There have been some improvements, but there's a whole lot less there, so, you know, everyone would rather play the game that has like 1,000 more things in it. and Idle Cooking, Legacy of the Thousand Suns was basically the company was competing against itself. So they eventually had to shutter it. Actually, that's not even the biggest mistake that this poor company made. I think their biggest mistake was the mobile version of this game became a completely different game over time. Like, I don't know how it happened, but it started running, they started having differences between the two. Things would get released later, items would end up working differently, and over time they became increasingly divergent in just every way. Like, the players were literally on different power levels, so every time they made something, they had to make two different versions of it. And that just seems like an unnecessary waste of resources. Anyway, let's wander the game. So, daily assignments, that you can win things with, earn things with. I'm not going to bother. Well, I could complete some of them. A lot of the coolest stuff is in the guilds, but you'd have to just pull up my old tutorial video to see what was in the guilds. Okay. First thing I should talk about is gold. So, actual gold is basically useless in this game. Like, early on it's important and there's all the stuff you could buy with it, but after a while of just the game being the game, they reached a point where you just had too much money. Way too much money. It just wasn't a resource that had value anymore. So they basically abandoned gold as having any worth at all. Oh, there's still a few things you could do with it. Generally, there'd be these big events, and you'd spend all your money on basically raffle tickets to win prizes. But this became a meaningless resource. So, what you would do is you had, for critical resources, okay, first off, there's the planet coins. This is the game's premium spend real money type resource. You've seen it in any number of free-to-play games. One of the things I really appreciated about this particular developer, I mean, look, they still sell the Ghostly Piper. Huh. They still have the Piper set. I would have expected that to have been replaced. Huh. Anyway, so you can buy some different things with that. As I said, every month there would be new things that would appear for sale to replace old things. And two mimics up, Jack is up. Anyway, they would be up for a month and they'd go away forever, and they would become very difficult to attain at that point. Though still possible, there were ways. But one of the things I appreciated was that the game would give you enough planet coins that you could buy anything that you wanted. You couldn't buy everything that you wanted, but you could get anything. And this was something consistent that this company would do. This company walked away from money at times to make better games. I'll talk more about that as we go. Oh man, there's going to be no more Dawn-iversaries. Holy shit, you cost 280. Boy, what do you do? Oh, you multiply mount damage. Oh yeah, the most important thing about equipment, the most important piece was always your mount. That was a big deal. Anything that multiplied mount damage. Oh boy. I have to talk about the legions. These are probably all terribly outdated stuff again. But the premium units are never outdated. They would always be good. So, I just bought Machion. In theory, I should be pulling someone out and putting them in. But, this is your horde. Your army, your legion. You had different legions that used different amounts of generals and amounts of troops. I know it's not loading everything, but believe me, every slot has items in it. So this is the commander. The commander's wearing a full set of equipment, including a mount. These are all my all generals up top. They're mostly premiums and halfiums and just powerful guys. And then down here you'd have all your troops. Oh, and your armaments. I remember when they added armaments to the game. Yeah. So, a lot of these guys are unique too, because I had played the game so long. I had a ton of unique units. And the cool thing about a lot of the premiums is that they would kind of level with you in different ways. For example, let me see, what's this guy do? Extra damage to demons. He gets 200 attack and defense for every general in your active legion. So the bigger your legion, the stronger this guy gets. And he increases the player's attack and defense. And increases your legion power. Hey Tom, how's it going? Whereas, who's a simpler person to talk about? Gains 50 attack and defense for each corpse hauler owned. Okay. Oh, there we go. An extra 6,000 damage for each undead or orc in your legion. So yeah, the legions kept getting bigger so that some of these guys' mechanics would keep working and getting bigger. This guy took me forever to get. I had wanted him for like a year or two before I got him. He gets stronger the more troops that you own. Not are in your legion, just that you happen to own. And he gives you random troops. Just randomly while you're playing the game. He'll just give you troops. So he got me a ton of troops that I didn't otherwise have over time. Yeah, this was from one of their Christmas events. This was probably the most important. His attack and defense are really weak compared to the others, but he multiplies your mount damage. And as I said, the mount was the most important thing. Just the way the math worked, the mount was huge. And he would also give you some extra mounts over time, like the troop guy did. I actually got him super early. Anyway, I could talk about a lot of these different guys. Somewhere in here is the first thing I ever purchased. There were rankings. Of course, the players would rank all the different units and things on how valuable they were. So how do you get premiums if you missed the original sale? Either you couldn't afford it or you just missed it. Well, that was where these came in. And yes, these are exactly what you think they are. But they're not terrible like the way EA did them. Like I said, I have a lot of respect for this company. I can talk more about some of the stuff they did that I respected. But the thing about these sets is you're purchasing things at random, right? It's a gotcha thing. It's a loot box, right? Well, sort of yes, but not the way you're probably used to it. So, I mean, to start with, every time you purchase one, you've got a 10% chance of getting one of the good items, 20% from the next row, and so on. A lot of this stuff... Oh, geez, 95 troops. Of course things were getting bigger while I was away, but 95, wow. They had to keep increasing legion size. You could keep using more troops without... Because the old premiums, they wanted the old units to still be important. So you weren't just always throwing away your stuff to get new stuff. They wanted the old stuff to remain important always. So they had to keep increasing the legion size, stretching it larger and larger so you could wedge more stuff in there. Still 95 troops with 33 generals. That's one general for like every 3 guys. 35 armaments. I remember when it was like 4 armaments. Okay, anyway. So what happens is, hey, how's it going? You get a random item. That item will not be drawn again. So if you bought... Oh, wow. Are you kidding? Yeah, usually they've made it super dirt cheap. I can actually show it because it's the end of the game. They just made it cost 1. So, if you buy one, okay, I got the glove. You see that I got the glove. That glove won't spawn again. every time I pull, it's going to give me a different item. Until you've bought them all. It's funny, I don't think I ever once purchased from the new item pack in all the years I played, because like I said, you could have anything you want, but you can't have everything you want. So you generally save up your planet coins. You'd save them. I'll talk about ways to earn them. Okay, you can see at this point, there's only 3 items I don't have. That should have lit up when I bought it. Okay, now there's 1 item I don't have. It's going to give me that 1 item. It should light up any second. I don't know why the game... Oh, of course, a ton of players are probably overloading the server because it's the last day. So everything's going to be a little laggy, guys. Anyway, I now have everything here, including this unique magic. Now, if I were to buy it again, I can just pick which item I want because I have everything in the pack. So it's like, you know... I really would like another, I don't know, I think these are all unique. Yeah, these are unique. Here we go. I want another Dread Reaver's Loyalty. This bird with all this crap written about it. So you can just be like, okay, I'll just buy one. Yeah. A bunch of this stuff is probably better than anything I had because power creep. How is my day? Well, I had wanted to really talk about this game yesterday, but today has been... Well, I'm awake, and I'm feeling great at the moment. I would have done this stream an hour ago, but I needed to wait for the painkillers to kick in. I'm still recovering from the whole thing anyway. Let's not get into that right now. Alright, so what do we got in this pack? We have a whole bunch of generals, a couple of which I have. So what you generally do is you'd save up your planet coins, at least the way I'd play it, and you'd carefully purchase the monthly thing that you want. You'd get the premiums. And then when they would offer something really good, usually in the mystery pack here, you'd come along and there'd be something amazing in the pack. And you'd be like, oh, I gotta have Zaboo. I really don't care about this guy. Anyway, but let's say you really wanted this guy. You've been waiting every what was it, week, month, I forget. They'd keep changing the items in the pack, and old items would show up that you couldn't get anymore easily. And so you would spend your money taking random pulls out of here. Now this one, you saw how this one worked. This one's actually a true random, and you know, it's got different stuff in it, but nothing in here is bad. There is nothing that you'd be sad to get. I actually have an overwhelmingly large, absurd number of all of this stuff, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm not going to get into what all this is. Just take it from me. Everything here is something you'd be happy to have, even if it's not what you really want. 14 of these is not bad. But you would, you know, that's generally how you do it. You could spend real money, but there's kind of a limit to how much real money you could actually spend in this game. I mean, theoretically, you could drop $1 billion on it. The game wouldn't stop you, but you wouldn't have anything you could do with it. And so each month, I don't know. I never had to drop any real money on the game. I did one time do the thing I do, where I gave them, you know, what I thought their game was worth. One time. But aside from that, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead. Alright, let's just strip off. Alright, let's see this crap we just bought. We'll go ahead and we'll equip this. Wait, no, sorry, that goes on your feet. Why would you ever put this on your neck? This is terrible. Why would you want that on your neck? Somebody's gonna strangle you with that. Oh well, whatever. We put that on our neck. The neck items were often a big deal too. Am I missing something? Nope, there it is. Got it all. Let's see. This is for fighting undead specifically, this set. Okay. Okay, neat. I should probably save that and name that something, but whatever. Let's go look around more. See what else there is to see. Okay. Talked a little bit about that. Just out of curiosity. Huh, they're still selling them. They really should have turned that off. Since the game's ending tomorrow. Oh, well, I won't. No, they really should have turned that off. Oh, yeah. All of this, never buy any of the... Well, actually, this one is good. The item sets are good. But yeah, never refill stamina or energy for planet coins. I criticized that even back in the day. They should have removed that. That's a trap. That's a black hole. At one point in time, that maybe could say, oh, I should talk about how you get planet coins, because this is one of the weirdest things about the design of this game that you'll never see anyplace else. Okay. So you get planet coins. Every 5 levels, you get one for free. Okay, that's nice. That's cool. You get a lot of levels in the game. It's a constant stream of resources. Periodically, they'll give them out for free on special events. You know, like the Dawnversary or around Christmas or something. They might just hand you some planet coins, and that was always nice. But most of them, you get in the weirdest way possible. Okay, let me see. 1 second, I'm just curious. Looks like I missed at least 3 gauntlets. Ooh. Which is a thing I'm not even going to bother explaining. Oh, look at these. We'll get to raids in a minute. Yeah. Anyway, okay, the weirdest way possible. Where was it? See, this whole owning land thing, this was what got gold to go out of hand. This was the mistake they made. But, anyway. I have to try to remember where it is now. Holy crap, it's been a while. Yes, it was under profile. Achievements. Okay. Of all things. Now, you guys know my feelings on achievements. I've talked about them before. Achievements should be fun to earn and all that. I like achievements in games where they give you bonuses, but this game did something downright bizarre. So, here's all these different achievements that I had earned, right? And they give you achievement points for earning them. Depending on how hard it was is how much they were valued. And the achievement points are a currency. Yes, of all things, a currency. I actually bought the entire plant hunting set. It's all, I upgraded it, that's why it all reads zeros, but I'd actually bought a full set of that. I'd actually bought, like, everything. Anyway, but yeah, I would recommend no one buy any of that. The only thing in here you actually want to purchase is the King's Bounty. Now, I don't have enough points to buy one and show you, but the important thing is after you've gotten enough of these that you got everything in it, every single time not like this. Not like what this did. In Idling to Rule the Gods, it's more like a set of skills that you can put points into. In this, it's a literal currency. I mean it literally. So the way you spend it on this, you can buy these things. You can spend achievement points to purchase this guy, or purchase this spell. or purchase these pieces of armor over here. Like, I'm just going to buy some armor with achievement points. I'm going to spend them. But the only thing in here you really wanted was this, because you would get, for every 10,000 achievement points, you could get 150 of the premium currency up here. It's literally money. Achievement points are just money you buy things with. And this kind of became gold. This number up here became meaningless, and this became what you were doing. So you wouldn't be grinding gold. You'd be going around trying to accomplish, trying to get more achievement points. Yes, you are correct, but there were always new achievements being added. Like, I swear, every month there would be a new one added in. Every single time they added a new monster or something, that would be another one. And you could never... I don't think I knew of anyone who had them all. Like, they were constantly adding new ones, and there was a limit to how much you could do in a day. We got to talk about the raid system and the quest system. And I think you'll then start to see why. But, yeah. God, there's just some things I won't be able to talk about because I don't have a guild. There's a lot of stuff was tied up in the guilds, actually. A lot of the coolest stuff was in the guilds. I probably would have stopped playing if it hadn't been for them. Alright. Raids. Why is this locked? There should be a constant flow of these. It's actually kind of quiet. How odd. I only just now noticed. Alright. Actually, so raids. How they work is you can summon these. You summon these things. These include all the bosses that you've beaten, or just anything that you've unlocked. As before, the game is running slowly. They come in different sizes with different limits of how many people can fight them at once. So let's say we summoned a Balor at Nightmare difficulty. So what happens is, this thing will be around for... You have 72 hours to kill this thing. Each player can cast one spell, so I'll put Guster's Fault on it. I don't know, why not? I can spend the orange stamina here to fight it, right? So I run up and I smash its face a whole bunch. There are loot tables. I don't remember how to see how much was optimal. There's a certain amount of damage you want to do, and you don't really want to go beyond that. So let's just say that I do, 500 billion. We'll go with 500 billion. That's probably way more than I needed to. Other players can see this thing and fight it. So I'm going to go ahead and post it. I just posted it to public. Anyone can click on that and fight this Balor. And when it dies, everyone who participated gets loot. Yeah, they kept some of the mechanics in their sequel. Oh, yes, there will the video will definitely be archived. So anyway, yeah, there's a crap ton of them. Because I summoned it, I can't summon anything else in this size category. So it's colossal. I summoned a colossal raid. Well, I'm not allowed to summon another colossal raid until it's dead. But I could summon... I remember when you could only have one raid, period. But there came to be just too many of them. So I could still summon one of every other size of raid. Down at the very bottom, there are personal raids. Oh, geez. There's things like these, the really early game ones. Poke. Yeah. You can never... Nobody shares those after a certain point. Like, those are actually hard to get, because you have to wait days before you can raid it again. That summon, Horgak there... Oh, they've shortened the times. I can't tell if that's because the game is ending or if they just changed the rules at some point after I stopped playing. But anyway, yeah, you had to wait before you could summon it again. And one of the achievements, for example, the Horgrak achievement, I think you have to beat him like 1,000 times for the highest level for any of these. I think. Boy, it's been a while. How far does it go? Let's see, do I have an orange on... Ah, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. 5,000! You would have to beat Horgak 5,000 times to get the highest level of thing on him. And yeah, since nobody will ever share them because they go down in one hit, and you can only summon, I don't know if it was, let's just say it was once a day. That tells you kind of how it is. But yeah, they were always doing more. Let me see. I'm looking for my Horgak. How many did I ever beat? Let's see. Then we'll talk about the quest system. Then we can get to some of the other stuff going on. The game is actually awfully quiet. I wonder if there are... Citadel Warrior... Turn the tables. When magic died. Let's see. You know what? What am I doing? Oh wait, no, I don't know what it would be titled. Why can't I click this search bar? Oh well. Yeah, each achievement has tiers. And the tiers go further and further. Alright, let's talk about the quests. So, apparently I left off, I was in this weird dreaming area. So, yeah. So anyway, there was a big old plot line going. You go through, you quest your way through each area. 98%. Continue. Each time you do, it uses some of your energy. And you can see I'm slowly completing it. You get down to a boss of some kind. And there are all these different areas. Including areas I've never seen. Some of these you had to go way out of your way to unlock. I never did do the Horizon video. I'd always meant to, but then I didn't. Huh. Okay, no, I have done that one. This one, though, I haven't seen. Obviously, it was a Christmas adventure. Huh. Anyway. So, here's Horgrak. Boy, this was way back when. So you could, playing it on Nightmare. Reset. Stealth to avoid mini-bosses. That wasn't a thing. I don't remember that. Clomping along. One of the things I'd wanted to do was just do a dramatic reading of the whole story. But again, that was a thing I didn't end up actually doing. Alright, so that's the quests. PvP? Okay, now I get to talk about how the company actually walked away from money at one point, and one of the reasons I respect them so much. So PvP is basically just hanging around for no reason. No, the jousting. Yeah, jousting isn't a thing anymore. Yeah, I remember when that went away. Anyway, so basically you could do so much PvP per day. You can fight, oh no, I was defeated. How terrible. Yeah, it used to be a much bigger thing. And what was going on was that every single time the company released items for sale, all the people who were serious about PvP had to immediately go and purchase those things. Like, they just immediately went and bought them all. Which was a great way for the company to just make money, because they could consistently sell things that way. And yeah, basically they decided it was bad for their game. Like, it was bad for the experience, that it was making the game worse. And so, although they never actually removed PvP, PvP continued to be a thing that existed. They basically stopped giving any kind of additional rewards for it, and pretty much just let it dry up and die. Basically. Boy, every person on the team is wearing the same armor. Huh. Anyway. Yeah. This used to be, at one point in time, the center of the game, back before I was playing it. By the time I was playing it, literally no one cared anymore. They dropped it. And I think that was a very good thing, to focus on more of a cooperative. I wish I could show you the guilds, man. Maybe I can just join a random guild. Ugh, I have to send in a request, and somebody has to approve it, and you know what? I'm not going to bother. Anyway, I was in a guild that had everything, and that was where the campaigns were. They were kind of like a hybrid between quests and raids, but they had maps you could go on with different nodes and stuff, and everyone in the guild would be participating and working your way to the bosses. And they had these weird adventure things where you had little minions. You would basically build teams of low-level adventurers, and everyone could contribute one and go through these little quests, and they'd level up and stuff. I wonder if anything was added to the Citadel. Oh, I don't have a siege workshop. This is new. And a witch's hut. This is something I don't have either. It lets you make these things. These things were hard to get. They would give you boosts against specific enemy types. Yeah, this would be nice. So your Citadel, you can make things here. Oh, I have to talk about the fiasco with the frickin' vampiric lockboxes. We'll get back to that in a minute. So, for example, at the barracks here, I can train troops here. So you can see I can train any of these different people, and it'll take 24 hours, and then that person will be added to my army. Here's a general that didn't exist when I was playing. Looks like he's very low end, so he's for new players. Oh well, he's new. Over here, the armor smith, you could make armor, obviously. Yeah, looks like they added quite a lot after I was playing. I'm just sitting here making leather because you can, leather and steel have their uses. Okay, they didn't add anything to the weaponsmith. The armorsmith had a ton, but not the weaponsmith. For some reason, they ignored him. This was a good place for manufacturing, these. You would only have so much energy, and then you'd run out of energy, and you'd have to wait until it refilled slowly over time. Or you could drink one of these and recover 25% instantly, and anytime you level up, you would get a full refill of all your meters. So the purple one is guild stuff, orange is raids, green is quest, and then we have to talk about world raids still. Actually, my tutorial videos for this game are some of the things I'm proudest of for all the stuff I ever made. I think I really knocked it out of the park. Oh my, look at this. Okay. Okay. There's the witches stuff. Huh. So once you unlock the witch's hut and the siege workshop, you can get some of the upgrades. You can get the upgrades to it right here. Oops. Okay, that makes sense. Huh. Let's see, our pet Emporium. Hey, look, pets that I never got. Oh, these are just okay, right. This was just the place you made familiars. Familiars didn't have any stats. I mean, there was like one premium that got stronger for familiars, I think I had. But for the most part, these were just for fun. The mounts, though. The stables. Yeah, I've got everything there. Alright, we're going to move on to other stuff. Okay, now these, as you can see, I got all of these, but there were a few added. So yeah, this one, this one takes 360 hours, but it's to add another raid to your inventory. All right, let's talk about the lock boxes. So over here you had all this different stuff, but all you'd ever make are vampiric lockbox keys. So there had been a fiasco at some point. Well, the public guilds don't have anything in them. I guess I could. We'll talk about the sequel on cartridge in a second. And I guess Steam too now. A little bit. I haven't played enough of it to render an opinion. That, like I was saying, they had another thing called Legacy of the Thousand Suns. It's the thing about this game. We'll get to its problems in a minute, and why it's kind of needed to be taken apart and rebuilt for a long time. But anyway. So vampiric lockboxes were like the one time they really pissed their fan base off. It was before I had played as well. These are just things you can slot into your equipment to make them stronger. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't even need to talk about that. So what they did was they had a... I don't know how you got the lock boxes. I don't remember how you got them, but you had to pay to open them, and it was a gotcha thing. It was a loot box, and the player base was very mad about it, and so they dropped it. And then later they put it back in for free, basically. So instead of buying keys, you could just make a key. You could make keys every so many hours. I think you get them out of Guster. When Guster's Fault came out, I made a video about how the game was completely broken at that point. You could have you could start a character with basically you could break certain limitations within the game because they screwed up and made this overpowered thing, and it was ridiculous. And it's the only time I know where they had to go back and roll back something and literally undo people's level ups and things, because they completely broke the game. But I think Guster was how you got the loot box, the vampiric lock boxes somehow. But anyway, you'll use the keys to open them when you get them, and there's good stuff in it. And you no longer have to pay any money for it, so, people were happy with that. Crafting! It's a very basic crafting system, but it works into how you kind of do everything. So here's one of the weird-ass things about this game, again, that was hella confusing when I first played. As I mentioned before, obviously the game's taking a long time to load everything right now. So you'll be questing, and you'll be like... Come on, give me one of them. you'll be like, oh, look, no, not that. Okay. Oh, look, belts. Oh, look, I have green belts and gray belts. I want to equip my belt. And you'll go over to your profile and you'll be like, where's my belts? There aren't any belts in here. Where are these cobalt belts? Confusing as hell. Well, as it turned out, this is weird. Okay, I do not know. Oh, okay, it is. I just am used to seeing a... Okay, let me see. Tells you how long it's been. I expect a little flashing cursor. Oh, come on. Am I misspelling it? Is it... How about that? Does that make sense to you? No? All right. How about this? You know what a belt is? Thank you. Okay. So, here are the belts. You bring the belts back, and you craft stat points. Yes, stat points. Stat points. You bring in one full set as trophies, and you get stats for it. And it's kind of like that with everything. All over the game, you'll be getting different stuff. So, with the questing, there'd just be... Because your stats from level ups are negligible. Almost all of your stats come from bringing different sets of things in and collecting your stat points from it. You can see you get 500 for this set, which I don't even know where this one comes from because it's newer. 20 for just bringing some of this. At some point, if you read the plot line, like at the beginning of the game, it's all serious and epic, but you cross a certain threshold and the game is perfectly happy to just start being silly about it. Okay, so yeah, here I could just dump 2,055 sets of this in. Get 30,000 stat points. Yeah. So that's under crafting. And that's one of the things that is so freaking weird at first. That just why would you do it that way? That's weird. Why is it a crafting? But yeah, after that, it's pretty much what you'd expect. Like, you can craft all kinds of different things in here. You saw me making steel and leather earlier. So here I could make... I could make that. Cool. That's a raid. You also get to upgrade things. For example, here you've got Snowman's hands that you can upgrade so that some of the sets can continue to be relevant when they wouldn't be anymore because you just upgrade them. Here's another unique essence I could just make. Boy. Just with the items I have lying around, I can get all kinds of stuff. I wish it was loading all the images right now. There's events, the guild stuff, lots of different things going on here. Which, yeah, sure, why not? I'll take that too. None of this matters because the game ceases to exist tomorrow. Anyway. So yeah, that's the crafting. Alright, let's see if we can find a public guild. Wow, Arachna's Silk Collectors is still the top one listed. Okay. What do you even have here? Okay. Jeez, yeah, there's nothing you can see in here. Yeah. They only have the 3 basic raids. Poke. Yeah, there is nothing I can show off in a public guild. There is nothing here to see. There's nothing here. I'm sorry. No. You gotta get into a good guild with all the cool shit unlocked. Alright. let's see what is going on over here. So, I have these sorted by health remaining normally, but for today, let's just go by alphabetical. I've never seen you before. Holy shit, look at this guy's health. Look at how many spell slots there are. So you are a colossal... No, you're a step above colossal. What was it called? You're the biggest kind of raid. I bet that this spell... I bet these spells aren't even good anymore. Oh, well, you have to deal with one of my crappy spells. Ha 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 ha! I have taken up one of your slots. Oh, let's just see the loot here. Oh, this guy just gives stat points out. Oh, okay, he's an elite one then. Oh, he drops a severed skull, I guess, and some kind of chest. I've done 1 trillion damage, and it doesn't even matter. He has too many hit points. Yeah, I see. Boy, everyone's summoning this besieger today. Holy crap, how many of them did you guys summon? Did everyone just summon that thing? Okay. Ah. Yeah, it looks like there's only a handful of summons that everyone is summoning right now. What are you, the disease bearer? Ooh. Of course, as you fight it, the art will change periodically and become, in this case, probably grosser. Oh, look at this. Against this particular enemy, you've got assorted multipliers. I wonder if they ever did any of the perception stuff that they promised. There's 1,000 raids open right now. Yeah, let's loot the things we killed. Yay, Horgrak. Okay, I killed 202 Horgraks in the entirety of my time playing the game. That's it. It might have actually been one summon every 3 days or something on him. I don't know. Yeah, it was a ridiculous number of besiegers. I don't think they ever did. Perception was a weird stat. Perception, like... basically, it was that stat that didn't do anything. Like, originally it did something, and then it didn't do anything, and so they periodically would add new mechanics to buff it, and let you find cool stuff with it, and then they'd occasionally add, like, a raid that perception would do a shit ton of extra damage against. I think they added in some premiums that became stronger based on your perceptions, but it was just that one stat that they just kept having to make up new things that would affect it, because it didn't do anything on its own after a while. I don't really want to bother talking about the leveling speed index. It's capped at 7, and you just wanted to keep it as high as possible. Like, if you tried to add stamina, it's like, no, you can't do that. You can't raise your energy or your stamina. You can't exceed this. Yeah, there was a time when you had to level it up slow and painful, especially for health. But they went in and made it super convenient by just giving it to you like this. But it used to be you'd have to go up like, I don't know, 100 hit points, click, click, 100 hit points, click, click, 100 hit points, or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was a pain in the ass. So nobody had a lot of health. Nobody had more than was strictly necessary to get around and survive. Because healing yourself costs gold. So healing yourself you could do infinitely for free, basically. So it just didn't matter. Dun dun dun. Yep, of course. Sadly. It's because I stopped playing. Also, within the guild, you had to build your reputation up so that you could get access to some of the stuff. So, Anyway. I played this game for years. It was a lot of fun. Even though the game's not going to exist anymore, I think it is still worth watching my tutorial videos on it. Because they're funny, and I like them, and I put a lot of work into them. And if you ever want to make a tutorial video for anything, I think that those are kind of like... I think those are an excellent example. They're as short as I could make them, as clear. So I had 3 things I felt were important. Most important of all is clarity. You absolutely have to be not able to be misunderstood. The second goal was brevity. Keep it as short as possible. Now, don't waste anyone's time. And 3 was humor. If it's a tutorial, for most players, it's going to be among their first experiences with a game. And so why would you bore them to tears? So many games make tutorials that are boring. It's like, why would you want your player's first experience to be bored? No! So, as long as it doesn't, as long as it doesn't ruin your clarity or your brevity, add humor where you can. Alright, let me see. Somewhere over here. Last thing to do. No, it was under Bazaar. Ah! Okay, let's see. Oh. Wait, no, hold on. Let me look. Aha! Okay, hold on. Holy shit! Yeah, now you know the game is over. Here you go, have 2,000 planet coins! Yeah, this game is dead. They know it's over when they're gonna do that out. More troops! That's not troops, that's planet coins! Here you go, have everything! I'll just have this guy then, I don't even know what he does, I'll just buy one of him. Oh, I don't know. Oh, these are Infinite Dawn chests. They contain things. I'll just buy 10. And 10 of this one. And 10 of this one. And I'll just go over here and I'll just open them 10 at a time. What do these coins even do? I don't know. You can probably take them to the craft menu and get all kinds of stuff. Hey, look! More planet coins! Let me see. It's going to be under events. Would even be under... Maybe it's under miscellaneous. I don't know. Infinite Dawn, right? Well, not there. Ah, here they are. You can get stuff with them. Why is it under crafting to spend infinite coins? Welcome to Dawn of the Dragons. It's spent so alright, let's talk a tiny bit about the problems with the game. So as you can see, the loading for the images is kind of slow. I think it's super slow right now, probably because there's a lot of players on. But that was always kind of an issue. So, it was an old Facebook game. I mean, this game is old at this point, with new stuff being added into it every single week. More stuff was being shoved into it. So, and they never wanted to remove anything, like kill something completely out. So what happened was you kind of had this katamari of increasingly more and more just stuff and workarounds and weird ideas, like spending achievement points as a currency because your gold broke. Stuff like that. That's just weird. But they really needed to recode the game from scratch for a variety of reasons. And... God. could you imagine what that would be like with this much stuff in it? Legacy of the Thousand Suns was much cleaner and in many ways a better game, but it had so much less content. It didn't have 50 million quests, areas, and raids and things. It was so much smaller. And like I said, they eventually realized they were competing against themselves, because somebody's not going to spend a bunch of money on Dawn of the Dragons and then spend a bunch of money on Legacy of the Thousand Suns. That won't happen. I showed you that they'd actually set it up so you couldn't really dump too much money in the game. There would just be nothing to spend it on. Like, I have 3,000 coins right now. I wouldn't be able to spend them. Like, I would have everything in the game and still not have... yeah, they gave me more coins than I could find a use for. Anyway, yeah. So they kind of needed to recode the game from the ground up, and that's kind of impossible. It would be way too much. And then you'd have to find a way to bring everyone's save files over. So you'd have to make sure you could do that. God, it's taking forever to load this image. Come on, game. So, the company actually made some other games too. Like, this wasn't their only thing, but this had kind of been their flagship property. Actually, I don't have a lot of negative things to say about this game, looking back on it. You know, feeling a lot of nostalgia to it. I played this a lot. That was the only reason I stopped playing was because I just didn't have time. Do they not have any event raids right now? There must be an event raid going on. There must be an event raid, right? There has to be. But there isn't. I want to talk about the event raids. Well, that's unfortunate. The event raids are things that only the developers could drop on you. There were also world raids. There were wars. Oh man, the wars might have been the reason I stopped playing. Like, seriously, like, I didn't have the time to play it anymore. And there would always be some awesome new raid with new stuff dropping. And then there would be the wars where it was a big epic event. They'd happen only a couple times a year, but they took a lot of time. They were very time consuming to really participate in. That was really the thing, is that I'm a Let's Player, and I'm running, I'm doing all this other stuff, and this was eating up an hour every day at least. And though I liked it, it was just one of those things I had to decide and ended up giving up. Boy, I could buy things I never... You know what? I'll buy the Ghostly Piper. I had thought I remember thinking many times, like, should I buy this guy? No, I shouldn't spend the coins on him. I'll buy a freaking pony. Now I have a pony. Oh, hey, I'll buy you. There you go. I have 3,000 coins. What else do we want to buy? God, this guy, I can't believe... Well, I mean, it's the end of the game. I can believe it. Buy troops from the expedition. What troops to buy? I guess I could buy all of these. But I'll run out of... I'll run out of coins. Huh. Every single one of these guys a unique thing, huh? Look at all this stuff they're buying. Alright, fine, here we go. Whomp! I bought them all! Sure, why not? Let's burn it. Thump! Huh. That wasn't all of them? Well, okay. I buy more! I'll buy them all! This is so absurd. Somehow you're still missing 2 of those. Usually what you'd do is you'd wait until a mystery pack had more than one thing that you wanted in it. That you really wanted, and then you'd spend on some of them. There you go, you got Zaboo. Okay, that's enough absolute burning of money. It's actually almost painful to do it, even though it's handed to me for free. Still missing Jalaire here. And Bladez. I think these were joke characters based on some kind of show, or maybe real people. I think it was a show. Something called The Guild. Good grief. I thought I had an absurd amount of stuff here before. Let's go over to my Legion for a second. I need a better Legion. Can I just buy a Legion? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Show me all Legions. Huh. I have the Dread Legion now. Okay. Auto-assign. I'm not even going to assign it myself. Just put all the strongest stuff in here and call it good. Do I even... Okay, I guess I do. I do have enough stuff to fill it out. There you go. Huh. Oh, she gets attack and defense for every 4 generals you have. Okay, yeah. So, at least a couple of things I bought were fit in here. Actually, what you'd probably want to do is, there's a couple of people who aren't going to be super strong who you'd probably want to wedge in here because of their abilities. I don't see Matthias the Masterer or Machion in here, and they should definitely be in here. Huh. Look at this bun, 20,000 attack and defense. Good grief. Alright. Anyway. Huh. Void Horgrak. What did they do now? Yeah, sure, save. Void Horgrak. What is this? Oh, this is a world raid. Ha! Deadly Elite. In case you have anything that does extra damage to those. Okay. Calm the Chaos. Negates damage variance. Huh. Mouse the Ascended. Void Horgrak Essence. I see. So, oh, come on! Your loot poster's broken! Oh. I like the loot posters. So anyway, you can't use magic on world raids. Basically, oh wow, there's only 47 minutes left on this one. You can do any kind of damage you want. It has infinite hit points, essentially. This one's a bit boring because it's just Horgak and not some special super monster or giant army that you're fighting your way through. There's not even any animation on this one. But, there'd be a loot poster that would show you how much damage would lead to different things, different prizes. Since the loot poster's broken, I don't know how much damage to do. So I'll just throw a trillion on it. Let me see. Anybody... Let's see. I don't see any event raids or other world raids being posted. Let's see. Oh, all these people will disappear. There's somebody level 13,000 on my thing. Let's see. News. Oh, here we go. Oh, cool. I just accepted. Didn't I? Huh. That request was probably from like 1,000 years ago. Oh well. It doesn't matter. And my stats. I died 72 times in PvP. I killed 579, so I guess that's a good K to D ratio. I guess. Yeah. PvP really wasn't a thing. Oh, hey, look at this. Yay. Zaboo's Love familiar. There's the pony I bought. I want to ride the pony. Screw stats. Stats don't matter. I want a pony. Yeah, we're done here. These are all different buffs. There's a chance to send a Death Raven to deal additional damage. Yep. A lot of buffs that I earned. What? Oh. Well, let's see what they have to say, because their information is all going to be way more recent. After all the background hell that was going on, the original guy came back a few months and said he didn't get an update on Friday like planned. Oh, a new company has bought them out. Ah. Stockholders update mentioned the focus on recode this to HTML so it would be viable after this year. Oh yeah, because you have to maintain servers. And also, if there's not a continual influx of new raids, the game wouldn't really... Like, it needed the new content every week. That and new players were the lifeblood. I did what I could to bring in new players back in the day. Yeah. Yeah. I really wish Fifth Planet Games, 5PG, I really wish that company the best because, like I said, I had just gotten off of games made by companies I won't name, who I felt like they were constantly fumbling for my wallet every time I'd play. I'd be like, "Ooh, look at this cool free-to-play game," and they'd just put a wall in your path, and they'd be like, "Oh, give me some money, and you can keep playing this awesome game." And I'm like, oh. And then here I'd go over to play this, and it'd be like, anything you want, you can have. You want to spend, you can't get everything in the game that we're releasing, but you can have whatever it is you really want with a little effort. Not a ridiculous, absurd amount of effort, but just by playing the game. And it was like that for every game that this company made that I tried. Like, they were always... They were never... They weren't being like EA. Okay? They were making free-to-play games that their focus was on making the game good, rather than on milking you for all you were worth. And so I really wish them the best of luck, and I'm sad to hear that they're not doing well. You know, I kind of want them to succeed. $250,000 a month. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not super surprised that they're, I tried their other games. I tried them. I did. Yeah, you're probably never going to see another game quite like this one. Not unless they found a much more streamlined way of doing it. because seriously, this game really needed to be rebuilt from the ground up. Recoded. For various reasons. But anyway. Okay, let's talk a tiny bit about Ascension. Yeah, I actually hear that a lot. A lot of people who are fans of the original Dawn of the Dragons are not impressed with the new one. I actually have a slightly different opinion. I didn't play it enough to have, like I'll admit, I only played it a little bit, like 2 or 3 times. So it looked like they had a firm groundwork. I kind of liked the idea of the different moves hitting different areas and stuff. It's not even really the same genre. Like, there's a lot of things that are holdovers, but it's a different game. It's not really Dawn of the Dragons 2. It's more like a spin-off. I don't know. It looked like it could be a good game, but it wasn't quite doing it for me yet. So, but the fact that people keep telling me it's not good, I don't know. Maybe it didn't get good. I don't know. But I would not expect it to be like Dawn of the Dragons. I'd expect it to be its own game, Wait, what? Hold on, what was closed a month ago? One sec. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know if you could bring new devs into Dawn of the Dragons. Like, I don't think anyone else would have the same passion. Same lore, different game. There we go. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Huh. Wait, they actually killed it? Huh. Really? Well, that didn't make it long. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 5P Games is just going to cease to exist. Well, let's look at their website. They had a couple of games that they were actively working on. Let's see what I can find. Let's see what it looks like. Mobile gaming experts. Boy, that's an interesting claim. Yeah. Lessons I would take from Dawn of the Dragons. Never compete against yourself by making the same exact game with a different skin. Never allow your game to spill into 2 completely different builds for mobile and for PC, because then you have twice as much work. Why do you have a picture of Hobbs there? So they've got Vikings and Doodle Jump Space Chase that are both coming soon. Alright, what do you have that you've already got? Your only form is Dawn of the Dragons. Didn't you guys make Curio Quest? Didn't you guys make... Where's even Dawn of the Dragons Ascension? Where's anything? Do you guys have anything anymore? Okay. 42 million NOK in strategic financing. Huh. Where are your other games? Yeah, This is, The Adventures of Tintin. Coming soon. Okay, that's why I've not heard of that one. So we've got 3 different things coming soon. Okay, I've never heard of this one. Okay, seriously. Yeah, this is not... Yeah, I don't know what any of this is. Oh, I see. That's what that is. Okay. Yeah, it's dead. Yeah, well, it's over. It was fun while it lasted. But alas, it is, like all good things, it has come to an end. Huh. I remember sticking things in the pouch so that I could use them on quests. And then I reached a point where I forgot that existed because it didn't matter anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they had made other things. There's one last place I can look for information about them. We can look here. Okay. So, what do you got here? You have 9 Lives, a Tap Cats RPG, Age of Heroes Conquest, Dawn of the Dragons, and that's it. I swear I thought they made Curio Quest. I don't know. I guess they didn't? Who made Curio Quest? My favorite embarrassing Pokemon knockoff that for some reason I had fun with anyway. Is Curio Quest not a thing anymore? Where'd it go? Come on now, I know this game existed. I made a trailer for it once. What? Quest, just Quest. How about that? Holy shit. Did it get taken down? Well, okay then. What? Apparently it was another casualty in being bought out. Okay, here it is on Armor Games. It used to be on Kong. Yeah, here we go. This embarrassing thing. Okay. It was a weird game. I'd swear they made it, but maybe I'm mistaken. Who knows? Huh. Oh, really? Curio Quest may have already been dropped. You were a mod for it, huh? Yeah. Okay, so Curio Quest was 5P Games? Okay. Huh. Temtem. Haven't heard of it. Curio Quest was weird. You'd like, I don't know, you're a kid, your house falls into some other dimension or something, and you start running around catching monsters and fighting, and it never took itself seriously, so you'd be fighting like a Batman knockoff and all kinds of stuff, and it was just silly, and you couldn't help but smile while you're playing this game. You know it's stupid, you know it's kind of garbage, but you're smiling and just having fun with it anyway, and it's like, it just, yeah, it was nice. Temtem. I'll look up Temtem. Oh, there we go. I'll just mark it like that so I can look it up later. I'm going to have to lay back down. Oh, I tried playing more Wargroove last night and just kept losing. I think I just feel too crappy still to play anything actually difficult or serious. I think I probably just need to sleep and rest for the rest of today. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back to normal. I better be, because I have work tomorrow. Ugh. There's a lot of Pokemon knockoffs. Some of them are really great. And some of them are, well, terrible knockoffs. But anyway. Oh, it's in early access, is it? Well, like I said, I'll take a peek at it. Oh, wow, $34. Oh, this is a full price game. Oh, that is terrible. Oh, so sorry to hear that. Well, they were pretty generous with the crystals or whatever the currency was too in that one. Yeah. Should probably, might as well remove it from Discord since it's not a thing that exists anymore. Yeah, sure. Want to come over to the Dawn of the Dragons AG server? What's the AG server? Yeah, that can happen a lot. Oh man, there was somebody I used to listen to, and it was a running joke of crashing servers all across the fruited plain because, no, actually no, someone my father listened to. Oh dear, I can't remember anymore. Anyway, but yeah, no, every time they'd link to anything with their website, it would crash the servers. Newgrounds. Armor Games. Okay. But aren't they closing all their servers? Aren't they closing all of them? I only had the actually no, wait. I did make another account on one of the other servers. When I was making the tutorial, I needed footage of a new player. So I know I had an account on one of them. Oh, I'm playing Realm Grinder right now. I just don't have a video out yet. I'm about to ascend. I'm about to reach the new ascension. I'm at... Here, I'll just pop it open so you guys can see what I'm up to at the moment. So... I am here. This is my current place. And the only reason that I'm in Druid at the moment is to try to snag a little bit of neutral and balance. I'm just bringing them up to 1 day, and then I'm going to go back to demons and trying to push towards the new ascension. So, the only reason I haven't put out a Realm Grinder video in a while is because there's nothing to put out. That's the way it is. Seriously, though? That's... You know, you'd think they'd be able to sell them off or something. Surely somebody would have wanted Dawn of the Dragons, at least. It's been slow going. Honestly, it's been really slow going. I feel like I could be going a lot faster than I am, but... You know, you set it up, you go to work, you come home, you touch it, you go to bed. Well, actually, usually I live stream, and then I go to bed. And it's like, I only really interact with it twice a day. So, like all my idle games, the only idle game that seems to be going full speed is Idling to Rule the Gods. That's the only one that seems to really work well with the only touch it a couple times a day thing. I gotta do my dungeons again. But I don't get nearly enough of the Tier 3 materials. The dungeons really don't work well at that speed. But everything else, the campaigns and everything else works just fine. But it's not good for the reset GPs either. This is part of the reason that I don't like the Clone Build-Up Challenge so much, is because I'm not active enough to really play it. 2 million? Okay, see that might be the reason why no one's buying it. That's a lot of money, man. So they're closing it down and killing it because they can't get 2 million. Did they ever think, instead of killing it, I mean, we can't get 2 million, but maybe we could get, I don't know, a reasonable number that somebody would be willing to pay? Oh well. They'll kill it. Like, if the game is shut down for a month, they've probably cut its value in half because the players won't be coming back, a lot of them. If they shut it down for 6 months, it's never going to recover. You can't even sell it at that point. So rather than shutting it down, they really should have just been like, we'll take what we can get. Highest bidder. Go. Auction. Anything is better than nothing. Oh well. Yeah, I can't do depth 3 at all. I can't do depth 3 at all. Like I said, the dungeons are the one thing that's just not compatible with how often I log in. Whenever I can, I do a 3-hour, 12-minute run, but it's just not often. That's why I tend to focus more on walking sticks and adventurers and campaigns. Part of the reason. Okie-doke. Oh, that's cool. Wow, that would be nice. I get 1. I get like 1 magic wood. That's what I get. But I'm on depth 2, so. Well, I wish them the best of luck on recreating it. Sometimes those work out, and honestly, if the fans had it, they could even make they might even make a better game out of it. I've seen that happen before with other properties where the fans rebuild it, and it's amazing. But it doesn't always work, so I will remain cautiously optimistic. Drop me a line if that works out. God, excuse me. I seem to suddenly have hiccups for no reason. Just try to get to D3 Mountains with my dragon. I can try. And to you, Idle is really cool. I am looking forward to playing that full time. I gotta finish Antimatter Dimensions. I had a I talked about it where the save file got chewed up, and I just haven't sat down and fixed it yet. I need to. Yeah. I need to do that. Anyway, yeah, chats. I need to sort that out still. I'm actually looking at chat on a different computer than I'm streaming with, so that, yeah, the chat's literally on a different computer right now. But I will probably fix that. I don't know. I'll probably fix it tonight so that I can have chat on the screen, Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, I'll get that fixed too. I have to go through my playlist. I have to fix a bunch of things. But for now, I think I'm going to go lay down because I'm feeling really awful. So, anyway. Yeah, alright. Until next time and every time. This was a lot of fun looking back at Dawn of the Dragons, and it's actually really sad to know it's going under. I'm actually really sad to hear 5P is dying. Meanwhile, companies that really abuse the shit out of their players in the free-to-play space continue to grow and profit. Well, that's life. Until next time and every time, this is Hadriex signing off. Bye.